Look at us.
What type of shit, bro?
Alright, cool. Look at us. Alright. What's up, y'all? We got some tales for y'all. So this is gonna be a series where we primarily focus on tales. It's your host, Miguel, aka Lil Scopic, aka JKO. How y'all doing today?
Hey, I'm Heber. And then, who's this guy?
Since when do you ask how we are? We're good, bro. Let's get this bitch rolling. I'm
Yeah,
Jhordy,
someone called
Chris.
me. Someone called me, bro. Oh, it's you.
No.
Oof.
Sorry, new phone. Who this? You know what I mean? I got a new phone, y'all looking at. Alright, so alright,
So,
man.
this Tales episode is going to be about the podcast and our journey to getting to this point where it's released, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, I think to start it off, we should mention the start is really the idea. You know what I mean? The whole, let's make a podcast, you know? Which is an idea that I think a lot of friend groups have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And,
Yeah, I've heard that a gazillion times.
and it's the execution that's the difficulty, you know, and that causes the troubles. Chris, so you had like kind of an idea of the starting point of the idea.
Like my start is just like that's like basically the only idea. It's because when Miguel, which was he said, "Oh, and which," right? That's for me, which made a whole little series in my
Okay,
head,
okay.
and it was more skits. But I think the tales part comes in like later. Which tales is when we like when we just started hearing the stories and we found it pretty funny. We tried to like tell them. So like oh for me it was like probably not for me. I think in the sense like a podcast would be really good and we can put which in front of it and tales, but that's the sense the beginning. That's the idea for me. That was the
Yeah,
start.
but then and then throughout that it kind of developed to we had an original name that isn't what it is now.
Is that so? Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh my god. So So we were firstly called bird tails for a while, but then we were like, that's a small demographic, to be honest.
Like, what if there's
Talking
an
just
actual
about birds.
what if there's an actual group of people that want to make a podcast about birds, and
And
we
we
took their
took it.
name?
I mean, I still really fuck with it, to be honest.
It's cool, and we have some cool shots related to it. But and then we were like, guys, let's change it to Animal Tales
Why? Did we
because
change?
because it was more broad. We thought.
We liked the idea of an animal or some form of
Wait.
like that in nature symbolizing our podcast.
I thought we only changed it because that's not at all the reason. I feel
Like at least for me,
that was straight up just you.
like a mascot of the podcast, you know?
Every animal is a mascot. Anyways, so
Yeah.
in my head we changed it to animals because it's more broad than just one animal. So then we discussed, guys, we don't really associate with animals at all. So that's a no go.
Well, I'm a dog, so
And so that's when we started brainstorming the ideas for the Sumtales name.
but that's Sea Dog and you H Dog, bro. What are you talking about? It's an animal.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways,
We'll get on that. J Dog's part of this whole thing too.
he's not, so
He's not at all.
he's not.
really not.
You're really trying to make him a part of it, but
But yeah.
That's but mainly going back to bird tails. Ooh, with that, we made emails for it and shit. We took the email for bird tail, no?
something related. Anyways,
Yeah. I have it as like a Google Chrome thing. Still set up with the fucking bird.
do you
on
guys
it.
remember some of the first episodes we recorded?
I can actually. I remember it. It had to do with school. I'm pretty sure. I remember we were talking about specifically.
That was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I remember the drug one.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so that was really okay because outside of the episodes that we recorded here on Discord, we recorded episodes outside of this format that were really like kind of unreleasable episodes basically because there's is a lot of problems. And then we had that one video, that one podcast episode where we were at the park and we just recorded ourselves sitting down talking, and I feel like that
Yeah.
was
I
the
think that was our
first.
first, right?
No, that was not our first, but I feel like that was the first one that was really uploadable, essentially. Something that was content that was
And
like
that was
we.
like, I'm sorry to cut you off there. And that was like, if I'm not mistaken, during like quarantine time, right? Like
Yeah,
2020.
yeah, it was around that time.
So we've been at this for like at least a couple years now.
The idea has been
God.
look. The idea is because look, man, and that's completely understandable, man. The idea's been there for a while, and it's just there if there's because here's the thing, the only reason that we started making progress in the idea is the reminders like, hey guys, you know what I mean? Because if you don't talk about it constantly, it's not gonna happen, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's why I started talking about it more, because like, or else it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna get done, you're gonna forget about it, you're gonna put it on the back burner, and it's just
Yeah,
gonna be an idea.
I remember that was pretty helpful because for a while it was just this fucking editing, which I didn't want to like. It was just in the back of my mind. I wasn't really focusing on the just the visual aspect on it, so it really made it difficult just to get it going because we didn't have like that bullet point finished, and we were just like we need to get that done. Like we need to build momentum, then it gets easier. Well, I don't know if it gets easier, but it definitely just becomes a habit after a while.
We needed to get the process streamlined, essentially.
Yeah, we needed some form of structure, and we were trying, but there was a constant. There was like from my experience, there was like lack of my effort on making it. Because making anything, like anything you want to do, is just kind of difficult. Just do it because like the shit you want to do is probably not other people doing it most of the time. And it's not really like
Well,
there
yeah.
is a structure,
Well,
but
yeah, definitely, because it's not just us talking. The podcast is not just us talking. There's work there's work involved in it behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Rather than just this hour of us sitting down talking, it's goes down to a small percentage of what the podcast is. And,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like with anything, it's like your product, and then it's like, cool, you make the product, but now you gotta actually like, sell your product, or even before you sell it, you gotta like get it all together and shit. Especially with stuff like this, it requires a lot of
yeah, and so that's why
behind the scenes and shit.
and so that's why we had to kind of do revisions on the name, revisions on the image of what this podcast is, and then revisions of what the podcast contains, you know. And
I'd say once we like got it all like on like, you know, downhill in terms of speed of it, like I'd say it relatively took us like what 4 or 5 months to really get it unlocked.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm not too sure.
But I know once we actually stopped like allowing it to just be an idea and actually like do stuff about it, like I'd say within the past 6 months even, we really made a lot of progress with the podcast. Like now we're
Yeah,
actually doing it, you know
100%.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if 6 months ago we even had like 1/3 of the shit we have now.
Well, I think one thing that really helped is, having a document to lay out what our plans are to get this out and,
Yes.
distributed. And
So this goes for those who are trying to make a podcast as well. Listen up, you know what I mean? It's
And
not
so-
all, it's not green on the other side, man. It's
yeah,
just
100%. And that document was created early December. So
Huh?
Yeah.
the document was
Sounds
created
like
early
So
December.
really well.
And we only had some aspects of the idea going on, because before it was all organized in an area, it was just in our heads, spaced out, and we just had to grab some things, pull it out, and then and then, oh, forgot about that. It's like it's a bad way to structure things, essentially. And so now we have multiple documents that kind of structure stuff that we're doing related to the podcast, because it really helps planning. It's essentially planning.
It definitely does help to plan, but like this, like I think the hardest part of me now is just keeping up with it, because like now we're like separating it, and it is better to have it separated. But now it's like now I need to make a conscious effort to really go into each part of it and give it like each attention that it needs, because like you need each part of it. We need the fucking just the base, and I think the base was that the document for sumtales, because prior to that. We were on Animal Tales for like I don't know, for a long time. We had that, like that was just it. we made animal tails. Like, yeah, that's not gonna work out. Then we just stopped for a while. Yeah, I remember talking about it with my homie at work. We're like, yeah, we're trying to make a podcast, and like I was distracted with all this other shit. So just really, you had to make a lot of effort to just make just a simple thing, but you just have to start.
That's right.
Yeah, but even because some people starting is just recording the episode, but
Mhm.
even after multiple episodes that we had recorded with the with the because up to the point where because before we would record episodes audio only, and we had the idea of just having the YouTube video be animated background and just audio, and then media clips whenever we mention something.
Mhm.
And so the only problem with that is that it doesn't work as well with clips. It doesn't work as well with other platforms of distribution that are visual. And so that's where the cams come helpful, because they help with engagement. And because you're looking at something, and there's visual cues that we do often that
Mhm.
that listening to the Spotify and audio only version that you just can't get.
Exactly. Yeah, I was listening to one of our episodes that we had
Hmm.
released recently, and I was like, because I remember the beginning of the episode. It was like I was doing this like balance gesture.
Hmm. Yeah.
I remember I was like, I am doing this, and like I'm just thinking like, what the fuck am I doing to a listener? You
Mm.
know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I think it's still like okay, but obviously the place to get the best experience is YouTube, for this podcast.
For
Mhm.
sure.
And so I think just that really solidified the video aspect of uploading. Then there's like the whole the image part, which is the logos, the titles and thumbnails, and yeah. And so that we got done, I think. You know, oh, we had to get that. Yeah, we did that pretty. I want to say like a decent amount of short time. You know what I mean? Like just.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like I feel like once like we really started like in our own ways, we all started really putting in like the extra foot. And like Chris was doing the artwork and like really like nailing down on that, and then you were really like doing like the whole like visualizations to it and like the editing side of it. And like I was doing like the whole distribution side of it and like finding out what we can do. And like I think we spent like a whole day just trying to figure out the actual distribution service we were gonna actually like tie down to
Yeah,
for
so we spent a whole day talking about the podcast in general and the steps we need to
yeah.
take to move
I think
forward
that was
with
like a
it.
month ago actually, if I'm
Yeah,
not
it
mistaken.
was like about a month ago.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, um, and so that's one thing that was kind of like, yeah, it was like the whole like, yeah, I think just the whole image was really holding us back, but we got that done pretty short
Yeah,
time,
definitely.
you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's like
Like we had aspects of it done, but not the entirety of it, you
yeah,
know.
it was the whole like the challenge for me because it wasn't what I created from y'all. It was
Yeah,
like images from what y'all that was just difficult for me, and there was like the whole color thing, which I have a really big problem with. So
yeah.
it's all really very like
So
trying to
that
figure out what the fuck to do, because I'm not used to it. It's like working with other people is something I need to learn what to do with.
Those
yes.
calls are fun, man.
So
That shit was
so
funny.
let's talk a little bit about the faces that we made that associate with ourselves, you know.
Oh
Hmm.
man, that was a
So
journey.
originally, we were hanging out at the park, and we were trying to figure out the logo for the podcast, and so we thought, oh, it could be three, a representation of us three with the title.
Yeah.
And so you guys drew, two versions of that, and I didn't draw my version because I just didn't get to it, I guess. And so you guys drew two versions of that. It's uploaded on your Instagram, Chris. And so after that, Chris had made this face, or that represented him. You know what I mean? which is the one that we have now, and then
But that was just for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
That
that was
was
just
just
for
for
you.
me.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make it.
yeah,
But now I was like, I can do
hmm
something with it.
yeah, for sure. And
Face
then
I drew was completely different from what I
God.
have
yeah, and so then we still try to keep that idea of like three representations of us, and so then that's whenever after we hanged out after a certain there was a certain day where we hanged out where we were like, okay, well, let's each of us has to draw our logos, or has to draw a representation of ourselves. And I was like, all right. And so then I went and got that done. And then Miguel, he said, oh, I already did mine, which is the one that he drew at the park, which had the three of us, but he just wanted himself cropped out. But it was like that image did not associate very well with
Is this the
what us
octopus
two.
leg one?
Yes, it's the octopus like
Oh
one.
my
The
goodness,
octopus
dude.
one.
If we have a picture, we gotta
We
pull
do.
that hoe up, dude.
We do. I have
We
posted
do.
that bitch.
He posted it, and so Miguel was like, "Nah, I'm done. I already did mine." And so it was really at that point I was like, "Damn, it's just me left. I just gotta make mine." Because I didn't really mess with the representations you guys made of me, I guess, or not to like really fully.
Yeah, I get you.
And so took a few days, and I really started making this character, I guess. And after like the plain format was done, I was like, all right, I'll see what they think about it before I add color to it, and then sent it over to Chris, and Chris ended up adding color and all these effects to it. And then so at that point, soon after those two Chris and my faces were done, we told Miguel like, hey, this octopus guy isn't really gonna work out. And so at that point, that's when Miguel drew a new version of himself. But then this,
A little stubborn about it too. I was like, man, I don't want like I'm
Yeah.
content with this mug. Like I
Yeah.
really want to be the octopus man. And
You didn't want to work with us, bro. God
that
damn.
night I was like, all right, you know what? I was looking at myself in the mirror and I just felt like drawing a self portrait. And I had this sketchbook. I know Chris has drawn it in it a couple times. So like, all right, you know what? It's about like a 18 by 12 sketchbook. So I was like, all right, cool. I drew this face of mine. I remember looking at my Google Images and I found the first photo I could find. Yeah, take selfies, whatever. And like, bro, I just like drew this shit out and like doodle as fuck. You know what I mean? About fucking big ass face of mine, the beard.
Dude, and I was looking at it. I was like, bro, how the fuck I'm gonna make that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to make, because you have
Yeah.
a lot of lines for facial hair.
It was just
Yeah.
pencil, and like Chris is like this colorful ass, yellow ass lemon ball.
Yeah.
I'm over here looking like, you know what I mean?
yeah, on top of that, our characters didn't really represent like a human, essentially.
Yeah, like a
but
human.
yours was very humanoid in the facial structure, and so
He
I was
drew
like,
himself.
ah.
yeah, he straight up
took
just
it
drew himself.
literally.
Like y'all gotta
Yeah.
be more specific, you know what I mean? So I got a little upset.
Yeah, and so that's
I was like,
when
I gotta make another fucking one.
yeah, because after you made that one, we were like, look at ours and look at yours.
He's like, oh.
So I kind of see it now.
And then the dots kind of connected at that point. I was like, okay, I think I know what they want me to do. Took 3 times, but alright.
Third time's the charm.
Nah, for real.
And so at that point, that was the last kind of component of the faces, at least.
But Miguel had he really likes his hair aspect on his characters. So that's like the most, like, Miguel's was the most annoying one to work, because Heber's was simple. Heber's is like, has a lot of space. But Miguel's had a lot of hair. Oh, this fucking scale effect, and it really bothered me how to get it. But
The very last one.
yeah, the very last one. Like it's always been the hair, and I think you're very proud of your hair. So it's like your beard, So it's like, okay, and it just got very frustrating. But like I was like, whatever. I just go back, because yours, if you look at yours and you look at ours, it's a different format. It's a drawing, and Keepers and mines are just like mainly digital. Like it's like barely drawing. Heber has the whole sketch, but like it's different. Yours is full drawing, so I have to go back in it and draw on top of it. So it's a very different process for yours than
Yeah,
ours.
because for mine, I had an original drawing that I drew out, and then I made that drawing digital, and then I moved some aspects of that drawing around to make this new digital image. And for Miguel, it was completely drawing, and then we just had to turn that drawing
Yeah.
into digital.
I had to scan it. and like mine's completely digital. Heber's has some aspect like mainly digital, but mainly like drawing as well. Miguel's is
ended up
totally a drawing.
Right, that's true. I remember Chris was saying that exactly, and I was like, wait, I thought y'all all drew it. You know what I mean?
I drew it, but
Only-
then I made it.
Yeah.
I drew it.
Yours
but
was
I
like a
made
full
it.
on, like just like a
And
sketch
that was
drawing,
like a
you know?
blueprint. And then you did that shit. All
Yeah, I got this channel named Off Candy. I got inspired by their logo. Like I like that. They're always here, right here. Yeah, and it's called yeah. It does look like that guy a lot. That's
actually.
crazy.
Wow.
And
him
it's
up,
called. Yeah, you see, like
See the
he's
resemblance?
yeah. You,
No, I mean, we should hang up his face right there. Ding, ding.
it's like that. Basically, I just put jewels on it. That was from, oh, got dust on it, my fault, yo, my fault.
It's okay, we can't see it, bro.
Fit the honesty,
Yeah.
though.
I got dust on it. Now, you know that dust is human skin. Like,
Yeah, dude.
but
They say, but
yeah, that was basically mine. Was complete like it was a sketch. Then okay, cool. I saw it, then I made it. There was a whole teaching myself how to use shapes. Yeah, it's cool. Miguel's was completely drawing, and I fucking hated it because it wasn't my drawing. I didn't understand it. Completely different. So yeah, but I'm glad that shit was annoying to me, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, and so at this point, pretty much the faces are done, and so I think what happened next was really getting the profile pictures for the social medias, and the banners for that too. When
That part was over. Put it that way.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like the thing that was done first was the sumtales. That was at all night. Remember, like, we did the
drawing or like
that was done first. The logo.
Do you mean the text?
The text. That was only thing done.
But that was text version 1.
Yeah, that was the only thing I did. Like, the only thing I finished. That was finished, and it's like right there. And I reiterated. It was I think it was I think I don't know who drew it, but it was someone's text, and I just rearranged it.
Yeah.
So and that was it.
I didn't.
But yeah. That was the first. That was technically the first thing done, but we didn't fuck with it. So the whole like, we had to make an alphabet for the sum because we wanted to change the thing, but now we just. It's like figuring out the. You can see it in the text. We made a whole alphabet for the.
But the reason we made the alphabet is because we wanted this font to be a part of the logo partly, but we also wanted it to be part of the thumbnails. But then we ended up deciding that we should only use this font for the thumbnails of Tales episodes like this one. Because it's just subject Tales as the title, and it would fit really well with the thumbnails too. And that way for the regular episodes, we were more flexible in the titles and able to make more clickbaity titles, if you will, rather than having it tied down to just one word.
I mean, what?
He put it up on game.
Yeah, man.
Shit, Heber too cold.
Yeah, you were blessing up the world right now.
It's good because here's the thing, man. Like, I really there's a lot of friends that I have that I wish they had a podcast because I'd love to just listen to their thoughts, and so I genuinely, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, guys, like an absurd amount, and so it would be really I think it would be really great to just hear them talk for a while, you know what I mean, and just to see their mind.
Shout them out right now. Okay.
Who is it, bro? Put them on.
I'm gonna put them on blast because what if they don't end up making it back?
I didn't say on blast. I just said.
You know the AOL challenge? Like I call them out, so you have to do it.
Oh,
that's
yeah, I get that.
One of my homies out.
Anyways, what were you saying here?
Well, yeah, and so it's like, I mean, I want people to be more encouraged from this. You know what I mean? To take action. You know what I mean? And because it's like a majority of people have this idea of making a podcast, you know,
Nah, for real.
and it's hard to take action in it because it gets on the back burner, you know.
I love that word.
But then, but yeah, and so just maybe getting some inspiration and some ideas can really reinvigorate, the idea.
I think planning is what matters the
Yeah,
most, bro.
planning. Yeah, planning's
Planning
huge.
is like top
Horrible
tier.
planning skills, which I think I already do. I don't think we would be here today. Right here.
But like,
But we
bro,
here.
I came to terms like on a day, like I'm a horrible at playing. I thought I was clean at it, bro. I thought I was clean at playing, and maybe really frustrated myself that I'm not good at it. So it's like I have to be honest with yourself that okay, this is some shit I'm lacking, and let me actually try to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because realistically, we haven't planned on many projects, guys. You know what I mean? Like, when I say projects, just, like a body of work, if you will. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
even, like, not to put you on blast, Miguel, but, like, even for your albums, there's no real, like, document, there's no, like, it's all just in your head, the idea. And then it's, like, speak it to the homies to help you out, you know what I mean?
And you know what they say about insanity, man. You don't want to
What?
repeat the process and expect different results. You know what I mean? And so that's why I caught myself last project I ever really did, and I kind of realized, all right, cool. Like next one, we definitely doing it different. So yeah, no, for sure. I've definitely, caught that trap, and I'm still catching it with a lot of other things too. But when it comes to this stuff, though, I do be realizing, like, all right, cool, we gotta do it different this time and expect a different result. Because we know what happens if we keep it up and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just defending my ego at this point.
What's the definition of insanity again?
If I'm not mistaken, Heber, the definition of insanity
You don't
is
know?
repeating the same. Like repeating the same, process, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah.
And like, that's not how it works, son. Like,
No,
if
for
I tell
sure.
you, if I give you $2 today, and I expect you to give me 4, and you only give me 2 back, and then I do that the same day for 7 days in a row, like, bro, that's insane. You know what I mean? You got
Insane.
$0, and I'm giving you 2. You're not gonna give me
Okay.
4. You're only gonna give me looking ass.
Okay. But I feel like you can call it insanity, but what if it works? And I think they just call it genius, bro.
Wait,
So, like,
wait,
if it-
It's because I think it's because you're thinking of insanity as a derogatory term.
like literally, bro, that's actually its definition.
Like
Bro.
it doesn't.
Search it up on
Insanity
Google.
doesn't have to be bad. You know what I mean?
Pull it up on
Like
the
Yeah,
screen.
if it happens to be
I-
good, it's good. You know.
like say like it's insane and like all doing dumb shit. Okay, you're surprised you do the same shit, but I feel like if you plan the insanity, it can be like genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Chris. Yeah.
That's my book.
Holy
Whoa,
shit!
whoa. It's about a pair of shorts in the screen.
Yeah.
Hey man, what do y'all think I was? Come on. This is why I need to change my background here, but you don't let me.
So
Look at that.
Because we don't want to talk about that point of part, but I think but definitely planning is the biggest part. Like we had the idea for you. I worked at Witch incident that the whole thing. I think if we want to do skits, bro, I think the whole thing is like we gotta plan the skits, bro,
yeah,
instead of
it's,
just having it in our
its own
fucking head.
project. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that too, because I remember like I'd have like inside jokes in my head, and I was like, bro, we gotta make something of this one day. And I saw it as like almost like a play, where it's like we would literally crack up jokes, and we had like this whole acting scene and everything. We would be like in the kitchen making sandwiches, and I'd make like a silly joke to Heber, to Chris. And I'd hear like, on Disney Channel with the laughter, like ah, but it would be like in a more like cheesy way, like ah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why,
better.
dude. Like, that shit, I was like, we gotta do this. And it still could happen one day.
Yeah, I
But we're
remember.
definitely on the right track to
Yeah.
doing shit like that. So, I'm happy that we're actually creating shit. Fuck yeah.
What do you say, you?
I was just gonna say that I remember, Miguel being really passionate about this idea of making skits and whatnot, but none of it was ever planned out, so none of it ended up happening. And he told himself he had a date goal, but he never planned any of it out, so it never ended up happening. So the date passed, and whatever.
I was busy.
Busy, more so just didn't start.
Yeah, life.
I'm
You
just
can say you can get in. I
And
can say I got busy.
that's why I'm here to say that there's no such thing as being too busy. It's just not prioritizing your priorities.
It's not, yeah, just like not prioritizing what you want to do.
Sometimes I say stupid shit, but I'm really just trying to get you to learn a lesson. Ugly ass.
Whoa, this fool hitting right now.
Shit, I'm doing more than that, but I'm pounding your ass. He look. Nah, for sure, dog.
Knocking us out.
I'm finna quote this fool. I'm finna make my post quote shit on him.
Please don't.
Oh, that's funny as that. Oh, that's a fire.
I'm like,
That's
please.
fire.
The whole animation, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. That's
In slow
clean.
motion,
That's
in the
clean.
arms of an angel.
Yeah,
Hell,
but
man.
because like with the witch, like I think because we have a whole fucking like bullet points and shit, and we
Yeah.
really want to get on that bitch, bro. And
Yes.
that should be hilarious to us. So that was the main driving point. Like it's funny, like it's just funny. It makes me laugh, so I want to do it. That was a big point of it.
I
But
feel like we have a shit ton of imagination already as it is. You
we
know,
just
like, we
lack
have
lack
these
discipline.
skits. I don't know. I always view it as like my mind be getting lost, and I be getting these skits, and I feel like you gotta turn your negatives into positives and shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like in some sense we kind of bring that into real life. But I'm sorry to interrupt, man. What were you saying though, Chris?
Fucking A, it's gone now. But I think I think we should just go back to the podcast.
Well,
and
yeah.
talk about
I was
which
gonna
is
say,
better.
as for the podcast journey, after the logos, after, pretty much all of this was after. So the thing that was holding us back from distribution was not having profile pictures for the social media accounts, and and after that was done, we were able to continue to distribution side of things.
Yeah, then it was like, okay, how do we actually distribute it?
Yeah.
Because we didn't really know how, so we had to sit down for a while.
Oh man, let me tell you, I was like really gonna use my distributor that I use for my music,
Mhm.
and I was like, don't worry, we'll use that. I
Yeah.
even had like yada yada bam bam boom. I had a plan and everything in motion. And I was like, cool. Don't really need to do too much looking into that because I know what's gonna happen. Of course, it's not always the way it goes, and I've realized it doesn't take podcasts for some absurd reason. It didn't allow it.
Well, it's
And
not
so
absurd, but it's like
It's not absurd.
it's a very valid it's a very valid reason, and it's because music is a shorter time span, and so there's not as much what's it called? I want to
I think
say
it had to do
price.
with like the longevity, like how long the videos were. I think it had to do more so like. Because podcasts under Spotify and listening to music under Spotify, like two different things. You know what I mean?
It's different sections.
Like they have Spotify for artists specifically for people that make music. They have a whole different ballgame for people that make podcasts and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that or care to
I
look
mean,
into it,
that's
but-
why I mentioned that. That's why I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here we are.
Yeah, so here we are.
Yeah, we're here, man. And we twisted some sticks. We twisted and burned.
Yeah, because I remember like
Smash burn.
after fucking finally finishing the logo shit, I was like, okay, now I can just and now it's just okay, we need the distributing part, and then she was like, I don't know how long that took. It felt like I'm not the thing that felt like forever to me was the whole end, like the logo shit felt forever to me. Like it felt like months. I didn't do it. Just because I had Hebers for a long time, but then I was still trying to work with Miguel and shit. I was like, yeah, it didn't work out. Then we had to hang out. We hanged out again if we did it. I wish I put a date on it. I wish we put dates on the. Probably took pictures that day, but on your
There's
on
always
your
dates
latest,
attached, mate.
Yeah.
But
like-
the whole. Because I felt like that took forever, but like I think we just the whole building up Steam shit. Then we're kicking some. We're doing a little something now,
And like how you mentioned like how if you felt like you took so long on it, especially with that little part of the podcast, because it really wasn't that long, but I really feel like besides planning, I feel like time management was also very important.
okay,
Like
yeah,
as us.
Oh.
that was another thing that was
Like I
holding us
feel like,
back.
and I'm still working on it. I mean, there's so much going on in our lives, each individually.
Sleep
I like
schedules.
really take some time out of the week, more so to set this up, and take time, sacrifice, say yes to this, more yes to this, and less
Yeah. So
yes to another thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, before we uploaded, cause we had done
Look at that.
a few episodes here on Discord without cams, right? And
Yeah.
those were like semi consistent, not really done on a weekly basis like we were trying to do. And so
Got
and
you.
it even got to a point where like, yo, we haven't recorded an episode in over a month, guys.
Oh
It,
my
it was
Like,
god.
you
it
Yeah.
went
know,
from October 23 till
yeah,
we didn't record our episode again till like the new year.
December. And so I was like, guys, before we even are able to upload, we got to get consistent, you know? Like
Yeah.
we got to,
We gotta switch something here.
and so and a lot of the reason why we didn't record an episode in that month's time span is because we just ended up choosing to, let's hang out, let's, or I'm
Yeah.
busy,
Yeah.
like, oh, I made plans, and it's like, and yeah,
For real.
and
That's
so
what we was juggling. That's what we was doing. It's like we're trying to get to this podcast, but we're juggling all these other things and shit.
yeah,
I never got time to hold it for more than a minute or two. You know what I mean? A second or two. Fuck. A
and,
second or two.
and
Fuck.
so
Look at that. Stop, for real.
and so that's when the idea, or that's when the time slot was proposed. Like we do it at this time, this day. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we set for this golden hour of 12 p.m. But life comes and we sleep late,
Yeah.
and
Sleep
yeah, that,
late. You gotta go somewhere. You gotta be somewhere. You gotta
Yeah.
be someone. You gotta dun dun dun. You know what I mean? Like,
so
yeah.
like, and you like another part of it is like, let each other know, like, what's going on in the next day. Like, so
You gotta be an uncle. You gotta be a dad.
so
Nah.
so that if
Oh, hell no.
so that if something is going to happen, we can reschedule to a different
Gotta
time
be a
that
brother.
day. All right. Well.
yeah, definitely like how we did in a recent episode. Like we didn't fucking use our. Oh, I don't know, really, like Saturday, Sunday. It's just like a whole. It's like we need a lot of fucking communication to make anything, because it's not yourself anymore. Like making
Planning,
shit.
time management, and communication, bro. Communication for sure.
So like the whole golden things, like we really, well, I need to certainly improve on and hear out where I'm lacking, because it's not like, it's really not just about, it's not you just making shit now. It's like, okay, it's like a
Yeah.
whole
And
effort.
it's still a learning process. We still got
Yeah,
more to
definitely.
learn from it.
And not just to like, whatever. Yeah, because we really need, there's definitely like some parts where we slacking and shit. Definitely on my part. And yeah, just gotta read it and not get too defensive, because like, if you want to make shit, you gotta live with other people. Yeah, it's not just about you.
Yeah, I agree. Like you're not all to blame too. There's definitely parts where I was slacking too. We all slack, man. But at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
for
we
sure.
all lifted our weight. We all lifted our own weights, and then we put in the work together. We all took a.
We
I don't know
all.
why
Yeah.
it's so hard to connect these words in my head, but
Anyways.
we all at the end
Anyway.
of the day did our part in the project, in the school project, and look how awesome it came out.
We got an A plus. Yeah.
And it's only gonna keep getting better. You know what I mean?
For real.
We got so much shit for y'all on the
Yeah.
way and shit.
Yeah. What's it
Just
called?
constantly making, bro.
So then after the all the image stuff was done, because I wanted to get the profile pics. I wanted to know what the profile pics were gonna look like, and what
Mhm.
all the the imagery behind the stuff was gonna look like before I started making the video background. Because every podcast I would cut up the audio and like essentially get ready before having the background for it, but without the background for it, I couldn't go forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so after that was done, the video took just not. I mean, it took like, I don't know, maybe I don't know how long it took, but it didn't take long to really get all that figured out, and then to get the process streamlined to the point where it's like it really just now only takes like a day and a half to edit an episode and get it out.
That's pretty cool, to be honest.
Rather
Yeah.
than like doing it all over again.
Fucking weeks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the biggest thing, I was like, wow, we didn't record for like a month. Then I remember I fucking basically like getting back in the groove of it was odd. It was so like I was
Yeah,
focusing on other shit.
And
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest too, like
and that was that first episode we made where you were like, "How are we gonna get into the groove of this?" You know, because that we hadn't recorded in a long time.
Because I remember the big like, okay, we got it. It's just the fucking just turning on the cameras on the
Yeah,
fucking like, cause I think we were waiting to like, oh, let me get a different fucking laptop, or like let me get a better
yeah,
fucking recorder. But
cause
it's like
cause cause you guys
it's like
would turn on your cameras and on your phones. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was ugly.
Like,
It was real ugly. And I just never record with my camera on my laptop, and I never really saw the quality. Like, you know what, this is good enough, and that's okay. And instead of like, I'm gonna have when Miguel joined the call, like, we got it. This is fine. We'll be okay for now.
that was like the most recent step, I'd say, honestly.
I
yeah,
think
that
that was
was
I think that was a big like, okay, like that's it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
like
it's just like
that.
that's a
That's something that's
The green light.
that for me. It was like, okay, we don't really have to, because I was probably thinking like getting a new laptop and shit. Like
And we were
I'm
overcomplicating the whole thing. Like, oh my gosh, like where are we gonna go where all three of us can do it? Like, are we gonna do it in the whip? Are we gonna do it at a park? You know what I mean? How where are
the
we gonna set up the
dome.
camera?
well,
Oh
that
man, the
was
dome.
we were thinking of those ideas because we wanted the visual aspect,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
That's at the end of the day we worked with what we had, you know?
Yeah, here it is.
yeah, and
Here
this
we
is the
are,
visual
guys.
aspect.
I
Like
think
it
even
was
on top of all this, huh?
no, but you go.
Even on top of all this, bro, I still find it hard and kind of unpredictable of how you're gonna be in like the span of the episode. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if you guys take a dump? You know what I mean? Or what if something comes about?
Oh,
You know, I
I
think this
mean,
is something
that's
I
that we don't really
mean,
talk
I don't really
that's
about, but
worry
I
that's
think
about
it's
that's
that.
worth
that's
mentioning.
not really like. I don't think we're gonna be here for like 16 hours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel
Like,
like you worried about that more than us, to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah, definitely. I think you just gotta control yourself, G.
Yeah, you got some bowel problems.
Excuse me.
Sure, yeah. Look what you drinking,
Look
bro.
at you
Come on, need some
drinking, man.
self discipline,
Oh,
bro.
this
Come on.
helps me, dog. What do you
Ah,
like? What you think I do this for pleasure? Like, look at that.
Uh,
Oh
I
hell
got, I
no.
got, I got water in here.
Oh, I did too.
I think
Nah, but I think that's it. No.
well, let's think.
Then the distribution thing, we had it already. Like at this point, right?
I think because what was the okay? Because I just remember the first episodes, like the. I feel like we can go back on it. Maybe like we, because oh wow, that was a while ago. Like I remember the first real one was the one we recorded ourselves at the park. At
Yeah, that's yeah,
that was the first real one. And
yeah,
because prior to that, I don't really remember much on the actual podcast we had. It was just us recording us with the audio on
yeah.
our
I mean,
phone.
and we had planned to release those episodes as soon as we got the imagery done and got into the distribution part. But then we got the cam set up, and we were like, okay, well, this is just like there's it
This is
would
better.
this
This
is
is
immense.
better.
Like having the visual aspect is uncomparable to just having audio. You know what I mean?
And I feel like I probably had to. I feel like we have to probably got to go back to the. I have no clue how many episodes we have just buried in the vaults. So I felt like
That are done. We have a few that we
yeah.
can release. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm not sure what we can do with those. Like if we want to,
Well,
like
I
I
mean,
definitely want to release them. But I think
yeah.
Tell
because
them on our
there's
Patreon.
Anyways,
anyways
so
there's like a huge topic on like this whole Tales episodes. Like I feel like the one that like we all talked about, like the drugs one, we probably have to re-listen to it. But like maybe because like maybe we
For
changed or
sure,
some
I
shit.
definitely put someone on blast.
But anyways, like that's like the only episode I really remember. Because the other times, because I think this a whole video just me seeing it as like okay, and
yeah,
understanding that I'm
it's more
doing an
engagement.
episode rather
Yeah.
than the record just talking on
Yeah,
the
because
call.
even on that like the first episode that we recorded on Discord, you were drawing the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot, dude. I forgot about that one,
And
dude.
so
What do you mean that one? There was all of them, dude. He was just
so
Really?
drawing. Yeah.
you didn't draw on all of them. But
I think I drew the first one.
it was just the
That-
first one, and then I told you to not because it very much takes your attention away from inputting
Yeah.
into the conversation, and you didn't talk
He
at
was
all.
making
in that
some
episode,
bangers though. I ain't gonna lie. That's like when his work it was like but that's like imagine. Nah, that shit was
Imagine.
fire though.
Yeah, I don't make clean shit no more.
You don't make clean shit no more, huh?
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so even when we were about to record the first Cam podcast,
So
you were planning to edit the logos while we were doing the podcast, and I'm like, I don't know about
It's
that,
kind of
bro.
kind of fucking weird.
Like-
It's not.
And the only reason you didn't is because your computer couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I think I would have went through with it if I had a better laptop.
Nah, yeah, I wasn't too down with that. But
Oh, can't see that.
Wow,
Because-
it has been a while, right? Holy shit, I completely forgot about that, bro. That didn't even come to mind at all.
yeah,
Like
because
the whole drawing aspect, 'cause I wasn't even paying attention. No shit, don't remember it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause I know for
Yeah.
me, I know for me, like I get really focused when I'm editing. You know what I mean? I'm not really inputting into a conversation as much.
That's like if we're in a podcast and I'm over here making a song while y'all like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe not as extreme, but still. You know,
Yeah, that's a bit
Like,
more extreme.
you're
'Cause
half-assing
Yeah.
it, essentially.
yeah,
Only one of the two of your ass cheeks is, putting in that.
That work. Yeah.
Yeah.
only one of your two ass cheeks.
Only with 2 cheeks on the toilet. But yeah, to call it that definitely, bro. I didn't even remember that, and I feel kind of bad now. I don't even remember that shit. Wow.
Don't feel bad, bro.
No, it's like I'm just thinking about like, what the fuck did I make? There has to be some.
It had like some Fibonacci
It
sequence.
was orange.
It was orange and like red, and like
What's it
I
called?
think it was like, if I'm not mistaken.
I have the
think it was,
recording
like-
of it, so I can show you, buddy.
Oh, he has a
but I
recording.
can show you if you really want to see
I
what
just,
it was.
and I just watched it, just like, wow, this is a
Like,
horrible.
damn, I'm
idea
so
the whole
clean.
time.
I'm
It was
so
so clean. Like, I have to release this. We should just release this.
Like, we used to not fuck with each other, by the way, y'all. This is just a recent thing, man.
And like in the whole time.
Like, this podcast brought us together closer, if anything. Like,
To be honest, but like, I'm like, who were y'all looking at?
Oh
Yeah, wow, I completely forgot about that. That just here kind of, wow. Like, I just remember me drawing, I was like, yeah. Then, like, I think Heber talked about it, like, bro, you're not gonna be focused, you're so right.
because
So,
like I listened to the episode, and like it's really just me and Miguel talking most of the time, and I'm
I don't
like,
remember, yeah, I thought I had some input in it, you know what I mean? Like, I
yeah,
didn't really,
because
I didn't really-
mentally you did, but not
Yeah.
physically.
I
fans
definitely.
want you to, bro.
Like I'm sure you were listening to our conversation, just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Cause
It
like
wasn't.
in person, that's what I do a lot, you know. Like that time we went to
Fucked
church.
up.
oh, man.
You want me to like you want to talk to me while I'm on the phone? Be my guest. Know how that feels like it does. Nah, dude. It's
Yeah.
okay, man.
And
I guess that's my equivalent to texting in person, huh?
mm,
Damn, y'all, I'm sorry, man.
sorry, bro. We got past you.
I like to hold grudges, but this one ain't worth holding a grudge.
I'm so
man.
drawing. Fuck yeah.
Nah. I don't hold grudges.
Wow. Well. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what else comes to mind right now. It's probably the little
Yeah.
aspects, but
The rest is next to come.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the rest you'll see, you know.
damn, bro. I'm just thinking about everything else I did.
I don't know what
That's
else.
wild, man.
I didn't do.
I didn't do.
Man, what I didn't do,
But I mean,
or like what I haven't done yet.
but I mean, yeah, outside
Where
of
your
that,
diamonds at?
Yeah, Heber.
outside of that, I mean, it's really now we're just focusing on post-launch stuff, you know, and
Merch. We got we're going on tour soon.
Nah, I think nah.
Not
The
any
thing
of
that
that.
no. The
We
thing
gotta
is,
rent. We're gonna
we
rent
got
a studio.
no. The thing is just making it a fucking habit, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
That's it for me. That's
Okay.
not it. That's not it for me. But like that's like definitely
Yeah.
a
That's
big.
definitely it for me. Look at that. Nah, for sure, dude. Being consistent, making it habitual, prioritizing it. So we're like, you know how you gotta brush your teeth first thing you wake up? Like, we gotta do podcasts this time,
First thing you wake up.
this day, once a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta, yeah.
It's crazy how like the shit you want to do, how much you push it aside. Like I generally want to do this, but like like it's just like it's probably like an hour, more than an hour plus. But like either way, it's just a little piece. If you really want to do it, you have to plan it, bro. Just like the
This
little
has
shit.
come about. Like, we were mentioning those episodes. We always have something right under our sleeves for y'all. Like, even if we don't have something right then and there, we always have something for y'all. Like, we always
Always.
creating. All we do is create.
Always.
We're the creation. We're the creators,
Always.
bro. All we do is create. When we hang out, we get allegedly blazed, and we create shit.
That's a whole separate entity, bro.
Yeah.
That's J Dog, C Dog, and H Dog. I was talking about that. Y'all don't wanna fucking admit to.
I'm
But
actually.
it's
I'm
the
actually.
motherfucking goddamn truth.
Wait,
What's up?
this is not even part of the fucking tale. I'm just wondering why you call yourself J Dog. Cause like I'm actually J Dog. Oh, that makes sense. He's a junior.
Go Heber.
I mean, I could be J Dog too then.
Bro, we're all J Dog.
Holy shit, we're all J Dog.
Holy shit, we're on J Dogs. Oh shit.
Shit, dude.
You know how they say in the Bible or something, you are me and I am you? Like, oh my god.
Yo, remember
Smoky beer.
Dude, remember earlier in the episode where
There's the cat in my closet. Look at that. What's up?
earlier in the episode Miguel was like, J Dog is a part of this.
We'll get on that. J Dog's part of this whole thing too.
He's not, so
J Dog is a part of this.
J Dog is a part of this.
J Dog is this. I repeat, J. Nah, I'm getting to the camera.
What if this
J
episode?
Dog is this.
What if this episode is just called J Dog? Like what
Wait,
the fuck is this?
can we explain what J Dog
This isn't a Red
originally
Bull.
started as?
This
J-Dog.
is a Red Bull. Da, 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 da,
Bro,
da,
J-
da, da,
J-Dog.
da, da.
J Dog. J Dog is.
All right.
Miguel,
Let me tell y'all how it happened, all right? It was 2018,
make it quick.
New Year's. All right, my bad. So
But this
basically,
was like
I had
that,
gotten really drunk the night before with my ex at the time.
That's
The next day, I
J-Dog.
woke up and my foot was broken because I sprained it. I said it was broken. I sprained my ankle, essentially. And the next morning, all I really could do was sit down and let it rest. So I was just playing the guitar one day, and I was recording myself on Snapchat, sending y'all a bunch of videos.
Oh,
Shout out Chris's hat, which, fuck you. Anyways, but and anyways, yeah. Long story short, I was playing guitar, and I remember I put a hat on top of a hat. Speaking of hats, and I remember I put a beanie on top of that as well. So I just put a bunch of shit on my head, and like I was just playing the guitar, and I was like, all right, I'm J Dog. And like, I was like rapping with the guitar, and then I altered personalities and shit, cause I've always had like mixed personalities and shit, and like, yeah, I remember I was doing like, hi,
Always.
my name is this from like State Farm or some shit, and the other, but J Dog really stuck with me.
I think those are impersonations. I don't think
you like playing characters.
Yeah, impersonations. There you go. Yeah, I like playing characters.
fucking mixed personalities,
Mixed
bro.
personalities. That's funny. Come on now.
Yeah, like before I go to bed, bro, they're like, go rob the store. Nah, go to sleep. Food. Da 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 da. Nah, that's why I take melatonin and shit. Look at that.
Oh, for sure. Well, so that's essentially J Dog.
Yeah.
so then
Let
this
me tell you
character
about
kept
Marquise
living.
though. Marquise is one bad
Let's not talk
motherfucker.
about
Look at
anyways.
that. What's up, bro?
Fuck this. Fuck that. I don't
Yeah.
even care anymore.
Guys, we're pretty much done here.
We're
Yeah.
pretty much done here, guys.
So those have been some podcast tales.
I have so much fun doing this though. Let's keep it rolling.
We could keep it
And then-
rolling after we're done.
Man.
Don't tell them that.
Oh wait, okay.
Cut that shit out.
Anyways, that's been tales about the beginning of or the start the going with the
The
podcast.
journey.
My name's Miguel.
My name is
AKA
Chris.
Oh.
He's Heber.
I'm Heber.
And I'ma gut you like a fish. Look at that.
Hey, I'm a. Ichilaga.
Man,
Anyway,
that's
that's
hostile.
a song, bro, bitch. That's a good song. Anyways, that's
But yeah.
tells you now.
Yeah, thank you guys, and yeah,
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
yeah.
Till next
Subscribe,
time, peace.
follow to Spotify, like the video. Thanks.
They know what the fuck to do, Heber. Don't fucking tell them what to do, man.
Sometimes
They
we
one of
forget.
us.
Sometimes
We
people,
one of them.
people
I
fucking love
forget.
y'all, man.
I forget
I
sometimes.
forget.
I'm reminding myself here, man. Like,
For real,
Nah, for
like
real.
I don't think I'm subscribed to our own channel.
oh my god.
Whoa, we have the podcast right there on top of theirs and shit.
See?
I'll be clean.
Yeah. Yeah.